Hey guys, welcome back to Satisfactory Let's Play. And I think the last time we left we were trying to fill up the space elevator and we had a mess down here on the third level. So as you can see, I let it run overnight. We filled up the space elevator, no problem, and then I came up here and I cleaned up the mess on the third level. And I think now I'm going to start extending out the third level so that we've got room to actually put things in. The only thing I left up on the third level was the computer manufacturer because we are going to need a bunch of computers, so we're stockpiling those. And so we can head over to the space elevator now to send that stuff up. But on the way, I want to do the Engineering Mark II pipeline Engineering Mark II from the hub because I believe we've got everything here. Yes. So that gets us a bunch of new stuff.
Milestone reached. Improved pipelines and pumps can now be constructed, capable of handling increased throughput of any fluid, as well as providing increased pressure handling for better vertical transport, respectively.
That's going to be good. So actually that's not showing new, so we must have had that before. To be honest, I haven't really been using the fluid buffers all that much this time. So what we got, so the Mark 1 pipelines hold 300 cubic meters of water per minute. The Mark 2 pipelines double that, 600 cubic meters of water per minute. The Mark 1 pumps give us a head lift of 20 meters, which to be honest has been working just fine for us so far. But the Mark IIs give us a head lift of 50 meters. So if we need them, that will be useful. The other thing that they give us is a valve. The only thing that valve does... Now, I don't know. It says it has an in and an output direction, which says to me that it should be able to use be used as a check valve, but that hasn't been my experience to date. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I am, let me know in the comments. If it can be used as a check valve, that would be fantastic, right? Because one of the problems that we have right now is that the fluid, it kind of goes up and then it goes negative, right? So basically the fluid goes back and forth and back and forth. That check valve, if it will only let fluid go one way and will not let it come back, that will be incredibly useful. But the only thing I've been able to use it for is just to stop down the flow. In other words, you know, if I don't want 600, is it 600? Yeah, 600 cubic meters per minute going through, I can step that down to 300, 200, I can step it down to anything you want. So that opens up a lot more options for us. And I think that's all it opened up. Sometime in the very near future, we are going to have to put down that blueprint designer and start making some blueprints just to make our building a little bit easier. Just take a look at the MAM. Yeah, so the one thing we still got to get, we got to find bauxite so we can start making explosives. So I might go out and find that today too. I guess I did it already. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Right. So I made 100 of the rebar, whatever they are. And then I've got more being made now so that we can research the shattered rebar. And then what else we got here? Oh, I guess we can inflate our pocket dimension because we've got the silica upstairs right now. That was 200. I don't know if it says how much you inflate your pocket dimension by. Let's just take a quick look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows and 3. So that was quartz, right? Oh, 6 inventory slots. There you go. Always good to have more inventory. Oh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We want to get the car, the Explorer car soon, because that's just fun. And it looks like a lot of the rest of this are going to be needing that crystal oscillator. So we're going to have to start making crystal oscillators real soon. All right, so let us go send the space elevator up. When I have spare time, I'm working more and more on that hypertube bobsled. That is so much fun. All right, I will look up much faster. That's the thing that we want to see go, and then I'll keep backing away to see how. All right, so we got everything, so we'll seal, and we will send. That's pretty neat. And I've checked this out with my buddy Chris. You can see this from anywhere. I was up at the north end of the map when he touched this off, and I watched it go up. It's pretty cool, actually. All right, the next one is phase 4. And there's a lot we got to put in there. So that'll be a little while before we get to that. And our pod's not returning for another 4 minutes. So there's a couple of things that we can do. I want to check the electricity. So we are producing 3,500. Our max consumption is actually 4,200. It's unlikely we're going to get anywhere near our max consumption because everything would have to turn on at the same time in order to do that. But our current consumption is 2,300. So we're a little over 1,000 ahead. That's not a big enough buffer for me. So I think I probably don't have the right stuff on me right now, but I want to go out to the coal-fired power plants. Although, see, this is the question, right? Because I know that I want to up the production out at the plastics, the rubber, the circuit board plant out there, basically the oil plant. And the oil plant, when I have production at the oil plant, that gives me more waste byproduct that can be turned into petroleum coke, which can be used to run more power generators out there. That is actually a system out there that produces far more power than it uses. So that is actually quite useful. But that takes a lot of balancing, whereas this, to be honest, is far easier to do. Because really, and if you look at this, actually, we don't have most of these turned on yet. Or at least half of these, whatever it is. What do we get turned on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it looks like. Yeah, that sounds about right because 3, 6. Yeah, each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, each one of those will handle 2. And actually, technically, I think 3 of them together should handle 5. And we might even be able to increase that. I think the reason that we were holding it to 3 was because of the 300 pipeline that we had. Hello. So this is producing, this is producing 120 cubic meters per second right now. Come on. While the pipeline, the Mark 1 pipeline can only handle 300. So we're overproducing the water for what the pipeline can handle, because there's actually 360 per minute being produced there. We're only putting 300 per minute into the pipeline. And then each one of these is taking 50 per minute, which is why the 6, right? 6 is the limit of the pipeline. So if we change these to Mark IIs, now here's the question though. I think Mark IIs require plastic also. Pipeline Mark II, yeah, plastic. Oh shoot, have I got no copper? Okay, just let me put this down as my 0, because I don't want to be making the older things, because it is not necessary. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, we've got no copper right now, so we can't upgrade the current pipeline or make a bigger pipeline. But okay, so at the very least, we can put one more. So rather than getting 6 off of one pipeline, we can get 7. But if we use power shards, or we could even actually put, I might do that actually. We can put 6, actually 5. Yeah, we can put 5, because 5 times 120 is 600. So we can put 5 of those water extractors onto one pipeline now. And that with the 2 pipelines that we've got coming in right now, we can put 10 water extractors out there. And that means that we can get, 600, so 12. We can get 24 coal generators from the 2 pipelines that we have right now. So let's do that. I mean, so this is the way I like to play the game. Oh, actually, by the time we get back, I think our man's already back. So we might be able to get our hub is already back, and our space elevator is back. Space elevator doesn't matter because it's going to be a couple of days before we can get all of this stuff. But we can start making the logistics for it. This isn't actually the worst one. I think the next one. No, actually, phase 8 is the really, really bad one. I think it's phase 8. The nuclear, actually, it wasn't even the nuclear passes that took the longest time. There was something else that took way longer. But then again, it could have just been the way that I had it set up, because I was not optimized at all last time. Okay, so we're definitely going to need copper sheeting before we leave, but let's look at what else we can do here right now. So we could do the monorail, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to do the monorail. I'm not going to set up a monorail unless you guys say that you want me to. Because I don't actually use it. Well, I mean, I could get it and just see. It might. What does it say? Resources are loaded on freight platforms. 32 slot capacity. See, I'm not even sure what that works out to per minute, right? Because like I said before, the Mark V, conveyor belt holds 780 resources per minute. 2 of those is 15, just over 1,500 resources per minute. So like, that's a lot of resources. Oh, bauxite we need, I think, yeah. Oh, okay, so bauxite gives us aluminum. Yeah, we're going to want that. soon. That's tier 7. Wow. So we get a little way. Well, not that much to go. We can get that. We can knock this out today. And then we'll get the bauxite for the aluminum. Hazmat suit will be nice. There's the assembly director system, which is that one up there. The drones can be useful. The sulfuric acid is necessary for a lot of the stuff that you do in the end. It looks like... Have I already unlocked explosives and black powder? I guess I must have. All right, let's grab 50 packaged fuel right now. That'll be the easiest. And we'll get that one started, and then we'll get the last one going. Packaged fuel, I think, is down at the end down here. Yep. Now, there we go. I'm just putting 50 back. I don't need to be carrying extra of that around. Actually, while I'm up here, I think I want to grab more rebar too, because that MAM, we can get that MAM done also. I just have to remember where the heck I put the rebar. Is this it? Aha, there it is. And there's 100 here already. I'll throw away the other 50. I don't know. You know, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll put a container. I'm going to put it on top of this one. It'll just give me more of that, and then I'm probably going to just get rid of that because I don't actually think I use rebar for anything. I mean, it's meant for, there's a rebar gun, but to be honest, it sucks. So I never actually used it, like, at all. I go for the next gun is actually not too bad. They've got like a no miss, like a heat-seeking bullet for it. That sucks too. All right, so I'll do that. So that'll be back in 4 minutes.
Inflated your pocket dimension and has provided a jetpack, which operates on oil-based fuel for increased navigational capabilities as well as odds of survival.
So the thing about that is it uses the packaged fuel, which is upstairs, and it might, there's like a super fuel or a turbo fuel to it. It might use that for extended life, I'm not sure. But it will only use one stack at a time, and you cannot change that stack unless you're on the ground. So if you're in the air, you can't change, like if you use that stack of 100, I think it is, while you're in the air, you fall. Wherever you are, you're falling because you can't change the until you're on the ground. And it goes through that 100 fast. So again, I've never found it useful. I like the electric hover pack much better. That requires you to pull electricity with you wherever you go, but to be honest, I mean, I didn't find that overly difficult to do. I had power poles everywhere, but I didn't find it terribly difficult to do, and it's definitely safer, like way safer. So yeah, that should do that. So yeah, see, the next thing is we have to make Noblisk. Let me just open that up in the codex. See, yeah, so here's something else that you need to know. The fact that this is not telling us where it's made means that we have not discovered how to use this yet. So I think it's sulfur. I think it's sulfur that we need. So we've got to find, I think, a sulfur deposit somewhere. Let me just, what can we find? Iron, copper, limestone, coal, crude oil, raw quartz, and caterium. Actually, caterium we probably want to find reasonably soon too, because caterium is what's used for quick wire, and quick wire is another one of those ones that we're going to go through a ton of. All right, so let's see what's, it's just finding the caterium now. And then we actually have to go out and find some sulfur, I think, just the same way as we found the quartz just by exploring. We're going to have to find the sulfur, I think, by exploring, and then that will open up the explosives tree. See, this one requires the noblest also, and again, that's explosives. What does the alien organisms need? Oh, that requires, so actually, yeah, these are all things that we just don't have yet. So I think it's this unknown chemical. Yeah, so I think that's probably the caterium there, and then that's the sulfur there. So we've got to find both of those. I'll probably go out exploring somewhere and find it off camera. Okay, so where was I? Well, first thing I can do is get rid of that rebar. Oh, the other thing I can do... Oh, no, I guess I did already. Oh, can I make a jetpack? I mean, not that I care to be honest. Yeah. The way that I play, you don't really need a jetpack, right? Because anywhere that you kind of need a jetpack to get to, I just use foundations to get there. I either ramp up or I bridge over. So it's, the jetpack has never been all that useful to me, and I found it more likely to kill you than not. So I tend to stay away from it personally. Oh, let's see what we got for coupons. We got 69 there. And another 56 here. So we got a fair number of coupons that we can buy. It would be nice to buy the large billboard. And at some point we should buy the lights for inside, since we are going to be closing it up at some point. Bought all these already. You can buy the clean pipelines, but to be honest, I don't like them. I like the ones that show you the visualization of the liquid in the pipeline. The quarter pipes, I'll probably buy those at some point and just try to do some artistic stuff, but quite frankly, I'm not that great at the artistic stuff. So, oh, I've got all the windows already. I don't have the tilted walls. They call them tilted walls, but I generally use them as ceiling panels, roof panels. All of these are nice visuals. The road barrier is actually quite nice as a visual. Yeah, I'll buy all these at some point. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Unavailable right now. I might do these. I might buy these at some point too. It would be cool to really get the factory all. I mean, I'm trying to keep it neat, but it would be nice to paint the floor with all of those decals, basically. I bought these factory carts before. I'm not even sure what they do. These will be interesting to get at some point. They're just trophies, really. And then, yeah, if you need equipment, you can buy it here, but very rarely have I ever found it. Oh no, that's interesting. Packaged liquid biofuel. Liquid biofuel. Yeah. See, again, you need solid biofuel and water to make that. You need 6 to make 4. Yeah. Anything that's not automatable, I'm not likely to want to do it. So, because I'm all about the automation. There we go. Yeah, I think it would definitely be nice to get lights down here for, especially for, when it's starting to get dark out, because we kind of blocked off the sun in just about every direction. And it would be nice to get the billboards. And if I remember correctly, let's just take a quick look. Organization. Yeah. So we can do things like this. That won't let us put... So we can do that, or to be honest, what I would probably do is reverse those colors. So the black, I think the black would become, and then that would become black. I think I like that better, to be honest. And then above it, you could put any one you really want. There's that one. There is the portrait sign. What's the display? Oh yeah, you can do that one too. So I can't get up there. I'm not tall enough. Ooh. Bunch of different things you can do. It's kind of cool. So having those signs is actually kind of cool. So the last thing we got to do is the monorail. And to be honest, we've got everything we need for there. We need 50 computers and 50 heavy module frames. All of that is upstairs already. there's the computers. I have to go up one more to get that. So there's the modular frames. Now, I've also built a set of stairs up here. I built the catwalk so that I could get across all these without jumping, but I also built the stairs up here, and the computers are right there. So that should give us everything. And every time I go into that thing, I keep forgetting to actually select the milestone, because that will put it on my screen for me. So there you go. We got everything for the monorail.
Milestone reached. A new set of buildings and vehicles needed for long-range transportation has been made available. In addition to built-in power conduction, rails-based transit ensures increased efficiency and reliability for both the transport of pioneers and cargo.
An electric locomotive uses, we'll say 110 megawatts. Nicknamed Leaf by Fixit. See, this says 1,600 cubic meters or 32 slot capacity. I don't know. We'll have to do an experiment at some point and put a pair of containers at one end, a pair of containers at the other, run one down a Mark V pipeline, a Mark V conveyor belt, and run the other one down a train, and then see what what fills up the second container the fastest. Maybe I'll do that at some point. We'll have to run at a reasonable distance to make it fair. Actually, that would be interesting too. You know, if you run it, let's say 1 kilometer versus 2 kilometers versus 3 kilometers, is it more efficient to use the freight cars? And then again, how many freight cars? Is it one freight car? I don't even know how many freight cars you can put on this. So I guess I'm going to have to do some experimentation to figure that out. 12 minutes till that comes back, so it's going to be a while. So we definitely need copper. We definitely need plastic because we're going to be putting Mark II pipelines in there. What else do we need? Let's top off that concrete because there's no reason to go out with a half a stack like that. I don't think I need that automated wiring, to be honest. I can drop that in the awesome sink down below. I'm going to get rid of... Actually, no, I'm going to top off the iron plate and the reinforced iron plate. Again, just no good reason to go out with a partial stack. Because you've seen how often I have to come back because I've run out of stuff. Well, I'd rather not be doing that all that often. Now, I'm probably making a mistake by leaving now, but honestly, I can't think of what else I need out there at the moment. I'm just going to get rid of these. The manufacturing plant upstairs is just making more constantly anyways. Probably already filled up what I took, so might as well put them into the awesome sink and get the tickets for, or the coupons for them. Guys, if you haven't watched my videos on the Hypertube bobsleds yet, you really should take a look because it's funny. I can't remember. Have we gone out? Have I shown you that? So that's the quartz mine out there. I don't know if we've gone out there yet. What I might, this will be interesting. What I might do, I might run an experiment there too, or maybe here since I've already got a pipeline. How long does it take to get out there on this pipeline versus a cannon, a hypertube bobsled, basically? Run a hypertube bobsled out here. I don't know. To me, it just seems like it goes faster. I could be wrong. Could just be me being an idiot, but who knows? All right, so the first thing that I got to do is I have to convert all of these pipelines to Mark IIs. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I will hook up. So again, these are, oh, I gotta fall in again. 120 per minute, so 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 5 of those, hook 5 of those up together, and then put another 5 in. And then that will be the 2 pipelines that I've got there already. Oh, sorry. 0. There we go. I think I should just drop down here. Oh, I can't. Just make sure I got everything back there. I think I got everything back there. If you have a whole pipeline or a whole conveyor belt of Mark IIs, and you have one tiny stretch of Mark I like that, right there, that will throttle your entire pipeline back to Mark I, or at least everything that's behind that, which, to be honest, is all 3 of these. So it'll throttle the whole thing back to Mark I, so you will definitely... Yeah, and this did the same thing right there. And you'll kill yourself trying to find it. Trust me, I know. Ask me how I know. It is not uncommon for me to make those mistakes. I was listening to, I was watching a movie. What movie was I watching? I can't even remember what movie it was I was watching. Oh, it was the new Jack Ryan. It wasn't a movie. It was a TV series. An Amazon Prime series. And Jack Ryan, the new season of Jack Ryan's out. And at one point, Sam Greer says, all wisdom comes from memory. And it is so true. You know, if I seem wise about these things because I know to look for that, that one tiny little piece of Mark 1 that's left there. It's because I've made the mistake multiple times. I'm not going to bother, I don't think, changing that Mark 1 pump. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to change this because this does not have a flow rate on it. It's simply head lift. And the two Mark 1s that I've got down there already are providing all the head lift that we need right now. And I might have talked about this before. So I've got the pumps out here, and then I've got the pipelines coming up to where I need them, or actually I've got them where I need them, but you could put them up a little bit higher, like you could put them up one higher than this, but just to make sure you get the head lift. And then you can drop them back down and you can take them wherever you want. You can go up and down, I think, as many times as you want, as long as your pump is lifting above whatever the final level it is that you need them at, you should be just fine. Now, I'm pretty sure. Oh, let's do this. Yeah, see, that's not done. I'm going to go down here. And this is going to be a bit tedious. Because every single time you put a splitter in here, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It splits, which means that each side of the splitter is a brand new different pipeline. Even though you put only one pipeline in before you put the splitters on, as soon as you put the splitter on, it becomes multiple different pipelines. So okay, so interesting that that one doesn't have the indicator on it. Oh, actually, a bunch of them don't have the indicator on it. Why does that one have it and the other ones don't? It's weird. Obviously, you can see the different visual image cues from the Mark 1 versus Mark 2s. Okay, so we can probably just swing out here and get back onto this. Now, what we've got to do is we got to come back here and we got to bring, yeah, we got to bring this pipeline right there, I believe. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, that pipeline there has to get patched into this pipeline. It can get patched in anywhere, to be honest. So what I can do, you know what I might do? I might just leave that pipeline basically as it is, because we're only bringing 5 of these over. So basically these two, we're going to take them off of this pipeline. We're going to put them onto the other pipeline. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this off. And then actually, maybe I can get it done this way. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. I will do that. And then that. And then So that's got it all onto that one pipeline now. Now I got to go back because the water will be gone on the back half of these things. So I'm going to have to now remove that, and I'll put a splitter in here. Somewhere, right there. There we go. So that should have all 6 upstairs running off of those 5 out there. So we're still good here. We're getting all the water we need. I'm going to check every one because one of the things, okay, that's getting water, not as much as I would have liked. Huh. That's going down. Why is that going down? You know what I'm going to do? I don't know if this is going to work, but one of the things that I found that if you do, take that off and then put it back on again. It sometimes resets it. Okay, so the only thing that I can think of that's causing... Yeah, these are all going down. It is weird. Yeah, this one's out. So clearly the math is not working, right? 120 times 5 is 600. I mean, that's pretty simple math. 600 is what fits in that pipeline, and each one of those needs 50. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just add all 6 in, and well, actually, you know what? I'm going to take that off and put it down that way. There we go. But I mean, the pipeline is still only a max of 600. I guess this is going to ensure that there's 600 in the pipeline, because yeah, there should only be 120 in here right now because of that, but yeah, flow rate is 9. What's the flow rate on this one? Flow rate is 6. I don't know, sometimes the math doesn't work the way that it says it's going to work. Yeah, see, this is a problem. And look at my power generation. It's just all over the map now. On paper, that should have worked. So this is This is wisdom coming from memory. So last time that I built this, I didn't bother coming out here and updating any of this. I just left it the way that it was. And it all worked. You saw how well it was working before. And now I've got the 6 water pumps technically pumping out 720 water into a 600 max pipeline. So it's got to be maxing the pipeline. The only thing that I can think is maybe this isn't high enough. But it was high enough before, right? We were fine with the Mark 1 pipelines. So there's no good reason why it should be doing what it's doing now. Look at this, we're out of water everywhere. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'll have to go back and I'll take those last 3 and I'll put them back on that second pipeline. Let's see what it does. I'll put them back on that second pipeline and leave it as a Mark II, and now we just got overkill. This comes back to be honest, the resources for the pipelines are cheap. Like, I don't actually need to save the resources for the pipelines. So, oops. That's number 3 there. So there's no valid reason to try to keep fixing this. That right there. Put that right there. If I can fix the whole thing just by putting this back to the way it was, keep the Mark II pipelines, doesn't really matter at this point, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. If I can stabilize this whole thing. Who knows, maybe it is the pumps. Maybe the pumps do have some sort of a flow capacity to them also that I just didn't realize. But what I noticed was the indicators are not changing, right? Take that off. All right, so we're back to the way we were. So let's see what that does. So now we are absolutely overproducing. Yeah, look at that. Back up to full water. Wow. There we go. It's interesting. I do not understand the dynamics of the water and why it does that. See, it's going up and down and up and down. I mean, I know that we're using 50 cubic meters per second. I don't know. Yeah, so once this one fills, yeah, you see that's full now. This should have started jumping. Things are still fluctuating. What happens if I turn this off? So I'm not using the water in here anymore. See, this is the backflow prevention thing that I was talking about. See, theoretically, there should be, went down to 0. It's not going to negatives, but I don't know what it is. See, this is going up and down. And this is why I'm thinking about the backflow preventer. There's no reason why this should be going up and down. Turn that back on. That's only 3. Wow. Say that's 4. Because there should be 6 on each line, right? Now, theoretically, this is the first one of the next line, so it should be full. Yep. This one, wow. So, this is a lesson to you. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Unless I did something wrong. Like, based on the mathematics that they've put out here, I think I was right. But obviously in practice, I was not. Because this absolutely screwed everything up. Because we're back to exactly the same configuration that we were before, we just have better pipelines. There's no way that upgrading the pipeline should have done it. Look at it, that jump there. What is this now at? Okay, so that's full finally. So that's starting to fill. And theoretically, this one should be empty. Yeah, it is. This one likely should be, well, mostly empty. And this one's 100% empty. That is absolutely amazing. So, I guess lessons learned here today, eh? Definitely from now on, as far as pipelines, I've always struggled with pipelines. The dynamics behind the pipelines just far too often they elude me. And I tend to be a pretty smart guy. So if anybody wants to educate me down below on what I just did wrong here, what caused all that, please do it. Let me know. But my advice to people right now, just based on what I just saw, is once you get it up and running and it's working, and it was working, it was 100% and it was flat, don't screw with it. Don't try to upgrade it. And this just proves again what I said before is rather than trying to get better efficiency, just add more. Like all I had to do was add 6 more down there, 2 more pipelines in, and I could have doubled my capacity. And that's not all that difficult for me because we've got the stockpiles back at the other base. So I could have had all of that done right now and have doubled the output of this this area. The only other thing that I might do, and I will probably regret doing this, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put, I picked up new walls. This is the walls we picked up from the MAM and the windows, or not from the MAM, from the Awesome Shop. So we got a lot more stuff that we can do. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a wall there, and then I'm gonna put that there. And I'll take that out actually. And then I'm gonna take all of this out. And what I'm doing is providing myself more head lift. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm actually going to take the Mark 1s off, and I'm going to put Mark 2s on. Oh, but you know what I do have to do? Just so I can see. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Come on. Right there. Not that way. Oh, shoot. I'm missing motors. All right. Let me put the Mark 1s back on for now. Let's just take a quick look at that. Ah, yeah, see? Head lift stops right there. So in order to put it up here, I'm definitely going to need Mark 2s. Now let's just see what that did to my... Ah, yeah, look at this. We are far too close for comfort right now because that's, what was that? 612 generators. So that's 900 watts of power that we just took out of the system. So we need to go get motors quickly, come back out and fix that because I need to get that back to normal. So I'll do that off camera, and then I'm going to double the capacity down there off camera. I think that will do it for today. We've had an hour long, but we learned a very valuable lesson today, and that's probably going to be the title of the video. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So thanks for coming out, guys. As always, if you like the video, please throw a thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. And if you know anywhere that you can post the videos so you can bring people to the channel, please do that. It really helps me out. Thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.